Many of you have heard the painful cry of young women in Afghanistan, saying, "Why were we born women? Even animals have freedom to go where they want to go. Why can't we walk on the road freely? Why can't we drive freely? Why can't we talk with a stranger freely? Why can't we get educated? Why can't we shine?" It is a calamity to a nation if half its population is going to be oppressed. How can your children be wise if their mothers are frustrated, uneducated, and miserable? Tears of so many women wetting the earth can only mean disaster to that country. These are karmic laws you can't escape. Families, nations, and cultures are proof to this law. Humanity, irrespective of religion or culture, has to wake up to honor and respect women. A woman is a force of nature. She's like the earth. She births, she nurtures, she inspires. And you cannot crush her. Today, let us discuss the power and potential of women. Us, our mothers, our daughters, siblings, partners, bosses, colleagues, and friends. Join me in this exploration. Namaste. Who do you think is greater, man or a woman? Who do you think is wiser, man or a woman? Who do you think is designed to be a leader, woman or a man? This very question of greater and lesser, inferior and superior, is an erroneous concept that has gripped humanity, we can say only over the past few hundred years. If you looked at three of the most ancient cultures of the world, the Chinese, the Indian, and the Egyptian, they only spoke of harmonizing. They never spoke of one dominating over the other. The ancient Chinese spoke of yin and yang. The ancient Indian spoke of Prakriti and Purusha. Ancient Egyptian spoke of Nu and Naunet. And history is a proof that so long as harmony existed, society was beautiful. Rains came, children were born healthy, the world was more peaceful. The day this balance and harmony was lost, the day women became suppressed and society became male-dominated, wars broke out between people, between nations. Diseases rose, youth became wayward, they lost their purpose. That is why ancient Hindu secret, yatra naryantu pujyate ramyate tatra devata, which means in whichever family, organization, or a relationship, a woman is respected and is happy, there the divine is pleased and gives blessings of abundance. So men must respect their daughter, mother, wife, sister, and friends if they want abundance. And women must learn to truly become whole and happy. I want every woman to remember this. Please do not think that a man can make you feel whole or a man can make you feel loved if you continue to remain in an unhappy consciousness. It is only a woman who feels whole in herself. It is that woman who can give love. It is that woman who can feel loved. I see women as having 4 major dimensions to herself. Every woman has a potential to be yogini or a mystic, janani or a mother, ardhangini or a partner, netri or a leader. Let us talk of women as a yogini or a mystic. How many of you feel you are yoginis? How many of you feel you're mystics? A mystic is someone who can access a reality beyond logic. She can experience transcendental states. She can access intuition. She can connect to her higher self. She can connect to the universal intelligence. Do you know that for most men, the neural connections run from back to front in the same hemisphere of the brain? The left hemisphere standing for logic and the right hemisphere standing for intuition. But in a woman's brain, a large amount of connections run laterally between the right and the left hemispheres. That means the woman has the potential to easily move from logic to the mystical. She can quickly move from analysis to intuition. For you to awaken to the mystic dimension of your consciousness, your pineal gland, which is located right at your eyebrow center, that needs to be awakened. When your pineal gland is activated or your third eye is activated, you receive guidance from the universal intelligence. For centuries, spiritual dimension of women was suppressed. They were told that to become enlightened, they have to be reborn as a man. But Krishnaji and I are disproving these assumptions at Ekam. We have created so many women mystics who are impacting the world today. The second attribute of a woman is Janani, or the mother. Nature has blessed a woman with a special body chemistry. A woman naturally secretes huge amounts of oxytocin, which makes her child very precious to her. When oxytocin flows, a mother is willing to forget her sleep, her comfort. She's willing to sacrifice herself for her baby. And it's unconditional love. How many of you have experienced this love for your child? Not only your child, but also for anyone's child. The truth is, this love often disappears between a mother and child as the mother begins to live more and more from stress and anxiety around one's children. You cease to be a loving nurturer, but instead become a complaining and a judging parent. Do you know why? Our state of consciousness, our body chemistry, they are closely connected. There is one state which the mother gives into which stops the secretion of oxytocin. Can you guess what that state is? It is the state of aggressive ambition. When as a mother you become obsessed that your child has to become number one. When you become obsessed that your child has to be greater than another child, then competition sets into your own mind, and that stops the oxytocin flowing in your body. Because your child becomes yet another tool for your greatness. That is when you disconnect from your child's beauty. You disconnect from what your child is actually feeling within. And then you judge your child. Whenever you compare your child with another or judge your child begins to feel lonely, even though they are with you. And a disconnected child would withdraw into, say, a world of video games or addictions and bad friendships. And the stress of being judged by you shrinks their hippocampus in the brain, destroying their memory. Only when your heart comes awake with sensitivity for what your child is feeling, and if you can accept your child's weakness and strengths with love, that is when your child truly awakens to his or her potential. That is when your child truly will fulfill one's destiny. As a mother, do you take the time to feel what your child is feeling? Let us now talk of women as ardhangini, or a partner. Do you know that the human heart has 40,000 neurons that exactly functions like another brain in the body? The heart can feel, it can decide independent of the brain and then communicate its decision to the brain. The heart just intuits while the brain goes through loops of reasoning back and forth. While both the brain and the heart are necessary. When a woman wants to choose her life partner, it is the heart neurons that needs to be awake. Most partner relationships do not endure. Do you know why? Well, there are numerous reasons, such as, say, infidelity or family pressure or health reasons, whatever. The fundamental reason why partner relationship fails is the shutting down of your heart. Why does the heart shut down? Most women have built tall walls around their hearts because of the numerous hurts, insults, and humiliations that one has accumulated from one's parents when they have looked down upon you because you were a girl child. There are hurts that you've accumulated from your in-laws' house because they have not considered you as being part of their family. Hurts have accumulated because of the society that has judged you as not being wealthy enough, trendy enough, beautiful enough, or smart enough. There are also hurts that you've accumulated from your partner. Until you become free of these hurts, you cannot connect to your partner from a beautiful state of trust. You will always be suspicious of their intentions and you will withhold love. Ardhangini in Sanskrit means half the substance, half the body, half the soul. As a woman, please do not give in to feelings of superiority over your partner. If you think you're superior, you will judge the other and not love them. If you think you are inferior, again, you will feel judged and you will feel unloved. The day you become free of your hurts, that is when your heart becomes capable of deep compassion and respect for your partner and yourself. Let us now move into the fourth aspect of womanhood, Netri or a leader. Maybe it is from Netri that Netri, the name of the lead character in Avatar, emerged. As a woman, you could be a business leader, a leader in a family, a leader who's creating a social change, or a leader in your community or your organization. Most people ask me, Preethaji, how can you play so many roles as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a spiritual teacher, and as a leader of many organizations, and as a mystic? I would say you too can do it if you lived in a state of connection. If you lived in a state of connection, you will be present to people, be it your team, your family. You'll be present to your problems and your challenges. You'll be able to experience immense guidance from the universal intelligence. If you do not come from a beautiful state of connection and presence, then every role will become a burden. You will feel overwhelmed. You will either sacrifice your family for your career, you would sacrifice your health for your career, or you would sacrifice your spiritual growth for your family or your career. Here is the most important teaching I want to give every woman. If you aspire to be a leader, don't make your success or your failure about yourself. You must have a bigger purpose. Your business, your career must have a larger purpose of making a difference. It must cause greater good in the world. It is only when your career has a higher purpose, only then you'll be able to be completely present and flow with profits, flow with the problems. If not for this greater purpose, you will lose your femininity. You will become masculine, aggressive, and ruthless. And this will bring dissatisfaction in other areas of your life.